Hi guys, ArchieLuxury channel. And today guys, I'm starting a new series. Why this watch is important to me. And I hope to go through my entire collection, pinpointing why I chose certain watches. So please enjoy the series. And I want to start off this series with the watch that is the watch I've held the longest. That's right, this is the watch that I've had longer than any other watch in my collection. It's the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande date. This watch itself here is one of the most beautiful Reversos in the lineup. I acquired this watch here before my 40th birthday, and I gotta tell you, like any fantastic watch, this watch has a watch story to go with it. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande date. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury channel. Guys, I want to talk to you today. It's very, very important. Men cannot live on Google ads alone. I depend on your support to keep me on YouTube full time. Guys, there's a number of ways you can help me stay on YouTube producing content. Number one, you can organize a paid review. That's right. I will make a video for US $20 minimum, and I will review your collection. I'll answer a question for you. So, normally takes, about 14 days, 10 to 14 days for me to make these vids. The other thing you could do to sponsor me and help me stay full-time on YouTube is sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a small amount of money, like $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, anything, any amount you want over $1, you can, and it basically sends $1 each month to me. Now, you can cancel at any time if you're sick of the show or you don't like me anymore. So guys, help keep me full-time on YouTube. Paid reviews, I do. Sponsor me on Patreon, and Patreon people get advanced screening of some videos and secret videos. Not to mention, I got advertising space on the fridge. Come on, guys, keep me full-time on YouTube. Why do I love this watch so much? Well, this was actually given to me by my last wife as a 40th birthday present. The story goes, my good friend Fred, who works at Vintage Watch Co., wore this one day, and I immediately said to him, Fred, that is just so beautiful. I fell in love at first sight of this beautiful piece. I said to Fred, if you ever want to sell it, I'll give you $1,000 more than you paid for it. Fred said, oh, okay, no worries, but I don't want to sell it. Anyhow, the phone call came, and I was extremely happy to receive this call. That's right, Fred was planning a trip to Japan. He was planning a trip to Japan, and he wanted some funds. This watch here itself here, the Jaeger-LeCoultre. Absolutely stunning, lovely piece. This piece here tells a story. It commemorates my 40th birthday. And my last wife actually dedicated the watch to me. Unfortunately, the marriage wasn't to last, but hey, the memento stands there. The greatest love of my life, Paul, with my birthday to celebrate the 40th birthday of myself. The watch itself there, how do I find it? I really do love this piece. In recent years, I had an original Jaeger-LeCoultre strap fitted to this piece here. And I think one thing about these original straps is they really add a touch of class to the piece indeed. This piece here itself is a wonderful example of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Reverso. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande date. What do I love about this watch? Well, let me tell you. What I love about it is the fact that it has sub-seconds at the 5 o'clock position. It also has very discreet, Jaeger-LeCoultre is mentioned in the sub-second dial. The other thing I love is the power reserve at the 10 o'clock position. And it's in French. I think it's French. I never really did foreign languages, but it sounds really cool. And then the other thing I love is the 2-disc date system. That's right, 2-disc date system. How funky and cool is that? The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande date. This piece here is in stainless steel. And in a true Reverso style, once you flip the piece, you get a look at one of the most beautiful movements known to man. This is a double barrel. That's right, this is an 8-day power reserve. It's a double barrel. This is the famous Jaeger-LeCoultre 875 movement. Rumor has it that Jaeger-LeCoultre lost money on every one of these watches sold. The 875 8-day power reserve is a very, very difficult complication to achieve. It has a dual barrel, a double spring barrel there to hold that extra charge for the wristwatch. How it delivers it in a uniform way is the art of watchmaking itself. Very, very beautiful finished movement on this piece here. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. Manual wind, 8-day power reserve. It's got beautiful display back. It's got 2-disc date, sub-seconds and power reserve on the dial. Absolute classic from Jaeger-LeCoultre. If we take a look at the clasp itself there, it uses a deployant clasp, which also is beautifully finished up to Jaeger-LeCoultre's standards there. A beautiful piece in a modern, gorgeous size. The watch itself also has a fairly unique size strap. It starts at 20 mils at the top, and doesn't really taper down much to the buckle. Bit of an interesting size strap there, but it's certainly a very interesting piece. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, one of the modern classics in the Jaeger-LeCoultre range. Why do I love this watch? Why do I love this watch so much? Why has it been with me for so long? Well, it really comes down to aesthetics. This piece here is a really nice size. I think it's probably one of the best size Reversos of all time. This here is what they call the Grande size. And I gotta tell you, some people have criticized this size here for being a bit chunky. To me, I think it's absolutely perfect. The fact that this piece is no longer in the Jaeger-LeCoultre range really does appeal to me. I prefer to own watches that you can't just walk into the shop and buy off the shelf if you have the money. So in many ways, the Reverso Grande is an all-time classic from Jaeger-LeCoultre. The dial itself there is really a work of art. The guilloche is just superb and stunning. The watch itself, I love the Art Deco numerals on this watch itself there. 1930s. Harks back to when the Reverso first hit the market. It's so tastefully done. This is a gorgeous watch for the true luxury connoisseur. The Reverso Grande date. can you think of a more sexy, more beautiful piece to have in one's collection? The other thing I love about the Reverso is that it has a sporting heritage. Yes, by now you would probably know the Reverso came out as a wristwatch, a sports watch for British officers in India playing polo. God knows, mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. This piece here is a true sports original, which became an icon and then became a classic, beautiful dress watch. It's got all the characteristics of a piece of horology that I absolutely love. The thing about this piece is, what is important to me in a Reverso? Well, let's have a look at this. Firstly, I honestly believe Reversos should be manual wind. And to that extent, this piece here has an 8-day power reserve, 8-day manual wind wristwatch with power reserve. The other thing is, I think the Reverso itself should really be in steel. This was the original metal choice because this was a sports watch. So I really believe this watch, although it looks beautiful in a precious metal, I really do believe the Reverso should be in stainless steel. The other feature that I think is important, so we've got manual wind movement, stainless steel case, and then we've got beautiful leather strap. If ever there was a watch that looks better on a strap than a bracelet, it is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. This black strap here is an original Jaeger-LeCoultre strap. This is alligator. Beautiful, black, shiny alligator. Absolutely gorgeous. This is the true art of why the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso is so cool. I think this piece here really is a gorgeous piece. Some Reversos can be a bit small. The classic size, which is the original size of the Reverso, can be a wee bit small, but the Grande size is really perfect. I think this size is really perfect, and I can't think of a more lovely dress watch for a man, gentleman, hater, lover, nasty, vicious guy, anyone who's alive today. You don't need to be gentry to love the look of the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. And this is the whole thing. This watch here harks back to another era of design and taste. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. Absolutely classic. So what do I think of this piece here? I've spoken about how fantastic it is. I think this here is what every Reverso should be. With its 3 lines at the top and at the bottom of the case, its proportions are absolutely perfect. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso follows the golden ratio rule. The golden ratio rule of architecture and design. So this piece here, what do I think of it? What are its weaknesses? What is possibly not to like about the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso? The only real negative I can throw at this piece is the fact that the case itself is highly polished. And I gotta be honest with you, the case itself can be a bit of a scratch magnet. The steel is nowhere near as strong as Rolex steel, and because it's a flat, highly polished surface, it does attract scratches quite easily. That seems to be the one negative of this piece. Personally, I think it's a quaint, gorgeous piece, which I really do love. Out of all the watches in the collection, this is the one piece I could never sell. I never want to sell, and I hope I never have to sell. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. An absolute classic. At the time when I chose this piece, the other contender for my time was a Rolex Submariner two-tone, the bluesy Submariner. In all honesty, the Submariners went higher on the resale market than the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande did. But I don't care. The whole thing with this watch here itself, it's not so much the resale value, it's the love you have for this wonderful brand and wonderful watch. This is what makes it so special. It's not just the value or the money or all these nasty things here. It's a true classic, a true icon, and I absolutely love my Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. It's rumored Jaeger-LeCoultre lost money on every 875 based watch they produced in steel, and that may be the case. It may be the reason they dropped this watch from its lineup. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a piece of beauty. It's really a piece which is much more valuable than money or nasty things like that. This is a piece to have, to savor, to keep for your life. This is a piece to cherish and love and worship. This is the piece that I love most. I love this watch more than a lot of people in this planet. I love material goods. I love my Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. I may only be a poor man struggling to survive in the YouTube sea of sharks and rodents. But I tell you one thing for sure. I love my Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grande. This is the watch I love with my heart. I love this Reverso. I love it to death. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you think of the Reverso. The Reverso Grande. Reverso Grande. Lovely size, lovely proportions. Just a beautiful, gorgeous watch.
Okay.